Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to Crack Grade B and we are meeting after a few days. बीच में एक दिन का हमारा ब्रेक हुआ and ऐसे ही हमारी क्लासेस जो हैं alternate days होती हैं. Anyways, today we will be doing another editorial जिसमें vocabulary करेंगे हम, editorial समझेंगे, grammar portion cover करेंगे and at the end कुछ questions करेंगे. So if you are able to hear me properly, see me properly, फटाफट यहाँ पे मुझे बताओ, फटाफट like और share कर दो इस वीडियो को. For you already know this is going to help you, isn't it? मैं भी share कर देती हूँ एक दो जगह so that we can have regular students over here. There is no electricity at my place. गर्मी का मौसम शुरू हो गया and you know how it is, right? In summers electricity काफ़ी जाती है. Power outage is the issue. That's the vocab, power outage. तो अगर बीच में in case suddenly class over होती है, जो कि I think नहीं होनी चाहिए, but still if it happens, please bear with me and समझ जाएगा कि there is some technical issue that has happened or electricity problem. All okay? All good? Kindly confirm me one. Oh, so we have electricity back. I would have been otherwise dripping in sweat, which is of course not good on class on camera. So Crack Grade B में आपको और भी हमारे courses मिलेंगे. Check out the description box for our app and our platform. Website पर देखिएगा ज़रूर. The topic that we have today is again taken from the Hindu editorial, that is fleeting relief on slight in retail inflation. तो फूड प्राइसेस के रिलेशन में है एंड फ्लीटिंग रिलीफ इज अ रिलीफ दैट इज जाता हुआ थोड़े समय के लिए. सो द प्राइसेस स्टिल बाइट इवन एज फ्रेश प्रेशर्स कुड वे ऑन इन्फ्लेशन. तो एक फाइनेंस रिलेटेड टॉपिक है, इन्फ्लेशन रिलेटेड है. यू विल गेट टू सी अ लॉट ऑफ टर्म्स एंड यू विल गेट टू लर्न सो मेनी थिंग्स. जो आपको हमेशा एक प्रॉब्लम होती है कि मैम फाइनेंस रिलेटेड कुछ होता है, आरसी होता है, उसमें हमें इशू जाता है. और इफ यू आर अगेन प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर आरबीआई, इट्स समथिंग यू मस्ट नो. ओके, तो वोकैबुलरी पहले हम स्टार्ट करते हैं. थैंक यू फॉर कंफर्मिंग दैट एवरीथिंग इज वर्किंग फाइन. डिसइन्फ्लेशन. ओके, सो इन्फ्लेशन का ऑपोजिट है डिसइन्फ्लेशन. कई बार डिस लगता है, कई बार नॉन लगता है, कई बार अन लगता है, यूएन, कई बार आई एम इन लगता है, एंड दैट्स हाउ समटाइम्स वी गेट ऑपोजिट्स. In this case, inflation में dis लगेगा. A decrease in the rate of inflation or a negative inflation rate, महंगाई की दर में कमी, that means disinflation is for our benefit. Deflate होना भी हम इसका synonym मान सकते हैं, but technical sense में, if you are talking about the market, about the prices and all, use the term disinflation जब आपको बताना हो that the price has gone down. So the disinflation शन is noun and री लगा दोगे, it will become your adjectival form. So the disinflationary trend noun है. In fuel prices has brought relief to consumers. Next is portents, signs or omens that indicate future events. आगे क्या होगा उसके कुछ हमको सिग्नल मिलने लग जाते हैं पहले. ओके, ओमेंस रिलेट टू ऐसी चीज़ें जो थोड़ा सा रिलीजियस एंगल ले लेती हैं. ओके, बट साइंस आर मोर प्रैक्टिकल, सिग्नल्स आर मोर प्रैक्टिकल. तो पूर्वाभास, पहले से ही आभास हो जाना. हार्बिंजर्स इसका सिनोनिम है. इनसिग्निफिकेंसेस इसके एंटोनिम है, इन द सेंस वेयर you don't understand from the things you are getting to see what will happen in the future. So the sudden drop in stock market served as a portent. Portent is a noun. Sudden drop जो था stock market में, it acted as a sign. It served as a portent of an impending economic turn down. Impending is जो होने को ही है. Okay. See, synonyms हैं. They are accurate synonyms because the meaning is same, but that is not the only thing we look for in English language. Meanings could be exactly same, words could be the synonyms, but the way they are used and in the sentence they are used and in the context they are used, they are entirely different. ऐसा भी case होता है. So try and understand that. where was I? Yeah. So जैसे सेकेंड वाले में पोर्टेंट की जगह हार्बिंजर बोलो, दोनों ही सेंटेंसेस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में फिट है. That's what I am saying. So this sudden drop acted as a sign. Then next we have is entrenched, firmly established and difficult to change. इतना मजबूती से स्थापित करा गया, पक्का फॉर्मेशन है उसका कि उसको बदलना ऑलमोस्ट इम्पॉसिबल हो जाता है. सो सिनोनिम इज इनग्रेन्ड, किसी चीज में कुछ मिक्स होके जम गया है. Transient is the antonym, where you can easily separate things or things can change easily. The corruption in the system has become so entrenched that it's hard to eradicate. Corruption इतना घुस चुका है सिस्टम में, ऐसा जम गया है कि बहुत दिक्कत होगी उसको हटाने के लिए. It's hard to eradicate. Okay? Then tantalizingly, tantalize verb होता है. Tantalizing, उसके बाद में ly लगा दिया आपने. So tell me, what do you think? It is adverb or adjective? चलो यहीं पे एक क्वेश्चन पूछ लेते हैं आपसे. Tantalizingly, what do you think? Adjective. Sentence से समझ लो ना. Whenever you have a doubt, see the sentence and try to understand. Okay? Adjectives are formed जब एक noun में ly लगता है. When we add ly to a noun, it gives us an adjective. And when ly is added to an adjective, it gives us what? It gives us adverb. See here, it is an adverb. In a way that provokes desire or interest but remains out of reach. Something जो हमें मिल नहीं सकता but we want it. Okay, now first हम sentence देखते हैं, then we'll go to other things. The prospect of winning the lottery. Lottery was closed. So the prospect was closed. This is your adjective in this sentence. And adjective को समझाने का काम. What's the part of speech that explains, modifies an adjective? An adverb. It was not close, exactly close, but it was tantalizingly close. That means we want it to be close, but actually it might not be. तो इस तरीके से यहाँ पे एक adverb के समान use हुआ है. So the prospect of winning the lottery was tantalizingly close, but ultimately elusive. Okay? Alluringly is the synonym. Allure करने वाले तरीके से, मोह लेने वाले, आकर्षक लेकिन अदृश्य रूप से. So it's very attractive, but maybe it's not something that you could get or you could feel that thing happening or taking place. Okay? तो इतना tangible नहीं होता है. Unappealingly is the opposite. Falter करना, faltering. Hesitating or wavering in action or intent. Atkalana. In action, in intent, irada, कामों में, if person is not going ahead smoothly, इधर इधर हो रहा है, hesitate कर रहा है, waver कर रहा है, that's stumbling and faltering. Stumbling is more literal, जैसे लड़खड़ाना, कुछ पैर में अटक गया व्यक्ति, लड़खड़ा गया. ओके, कुछ ऑब्जेक्ट था तो स्टम्बलिंग ज़्यादा वहाँ यूज होता है. बट थिंग्स विच वी कैन नॉट सी बट वी एक्सपीरियंस, एब्स्ट्रैक्ट नाउन्स, वहाँ पे अगर कोई चीज़ ऊपर नीचे है, इट्स गोइंग हियर एंड देयर, यू नो, नॉट स्टडी, देन वी से फॉल्टरिंग, शेक हो रहा है. तो डिस्पाइट हर फॉल्टरिंग कॉन्फिडेंस, कॉन्फिडेंस कैसा था? Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not there. So despite her this kind of confidence, she managed to deliver the speech. फिर भी उसने मैसेज, जो स्पीच है वो डिलीवर किया. Antonym is steady. Steady है, as it is बना हुआ है. So that becomes the antonym. Interesting word, often asked in exam as well. Strife, झगड़ा, very very easy. Conflict, struggle, especially within a group. Okay, so any kind of group, not just two people, but most of the time more than two people in a group, and conflicts happen, we call them strife. Okay, it's a noun. Discord is the synonym. Harmony is the antonym. Harmony, peace, unity, ये सब इसके antonym हो जाएंगे where people are coming together. The political party was torn apart. पार्टी में ही differences आ गए. Torn apart मतलब कि बिखर गई पार्टी by internal strife, जो अंदरूनी अंदर ही अंदर झगड़े चल रहे थे. Strife is झगड़ा. Let's get to the seventh word. Okay, elusive, that is difficult to find, catch or achieve. लभ्य ना होने वाला, आप उसको पा नहीं सकते. It's just in your dreams. It's hard to fetch, catch. Evasive है, पकड़ में नहीं आएगा. Attainable is something that you can achieve, like the dream to work in the RBI is not elusive. It is attainable if you work hard. अगर hard work करोगे तो ये attain कर सकते हो. But certain things, let's say if you want to go on moon, okay, the chances are very less, but it's an elusive dream because बहुत कम चांस है कि आप उतना सब कुछ करो and then you go to the moon. It's possible, but very close to something that you are not doing right now. Being you an aspirant, उसकी बात कर रही हूँ. Usage, despite her best efforts, success remained elusive. उसके सब अच्छा कर लेने के बाद भी सक्सेस जो है अभी तक कुछ मटीरियलाइज नहीं हो पाई है. इट इज समथिंग वो अचीव नहीं कर पाई है. ओके, मॉडरेटिंग. नाउ मॉडरेट एक एडजेक्टिव भी है, एक वर्ब भी है. व्हेन मॉडरेट वर्क्स as an adjective, it means the level is not so difficult, not so easy. But when this word acts as a verb, things are very different. It means making or becoming less extreme, intense or violent. So जो भी extremity थी उसको decrease कर देना, intensity को कम कर देना. So that becomes the meaning of moderate as a verb. तो moderating उसी का form निकल कर आया है. Since we can use participle as adjective, तो यहाँ पे moderating effect आपको adjective मिल रहा है verb की family वाला. I'll explain one more thing in a while. So Hindi meaning is कम करना, mitigate करना, alleviate करना, okay, pacify करना, ये सब इसके synonym है depending on the context. Antonym is intensify करना और ज़्यादा बढ़ा देना. अभी मुझे बताओ, ध्यान से सुनना all of you, okay? Imagine you get this kind of a sentence in your exam. Okay? Pardon me. The cooling breeze had a moderate effect और moderating effect. ठीक है, मान लो एग्जाम में ऐसा आया moderate effect on the temperature. Do you think both of the things are okay to be said? या फिर केवल moderate आना चाहिए? This is something else. This is a sentence from a para. ठीक है, just standalone sentence आपके सामने अगर हो, the cooling breeze had a moderate effect और moderating effect क्या choose करोगे? और let's say you are given an option to choose the word usage का, you choose the correct vocabulary. So moderate effect choose करोगे कि नहीं करोगे? Both okay. Okay. Anyone else? Understand the context of this sentence and what author wants to say. Here we are saying that the cooling breeze, there is breeze, ठंडी करने वाली, it had some kind of effect on the temperature. तो effect प्रॉब्लम को कम करने वाला होगा कि इफेक्ट होगा दैट इज डिफिकल्ट, इजी एंड मॉडरेट. तो मीडियम लेवल का इफेक्ट है. विल दैट मेक एनी सेंस दैट द ब्रीज के पास का जो इफेक्ट या ब्रीज का जो इफेक्ट था दैट वाज मॉडरेट एवरेज लेवल ऑफ इफेक्ट? नो, एवरेज इफेक्ट था टेम्परेचर पे, gives no meaning, no sense to the sentence. But if I take this word from verb, change it into participle and then use as adjective, now entire meaning is changed and now it makes some sense कि ब्रीज का जो कूल करने वाली है हैड एन इफेक्ट विच इज कम करने वाला. किसको कम करेंगे? टेम्परेचर को. दैट मीन्स कि आराम मिलेगा, है ना. सो यहाँ पर मॉडरेटिंग अलोन कैन कम एंड गिव यू अ प्रॉपर मीनिंग आउट ऑफ द सेंटेंस. मॉडरेट कैन नॉट कम. आई होप यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. Okay, so again we don't work on it seems because we need to have a reason behind our answers, right? Tantalizing. Okay, see. Tantalizingly, it went into, we did it earlier, where it went into the adverb family. Tantalizing adverb or verb, adjective or verb family में से आ जाता है. So anything that is मनमोहक, same meaning. Tempting है, it is gonna tease us and torment us that something is unattainable and that's why we want it. होता है ना ऐसी चीजें, some things we can't have but they are so alluring, we wish we have that. तो वो टेम्प्ट करने वाला टेंटलाइजिंग हो जाता है. रिपल्सिव इज द एंटोनिम. सम थिंग्स वी डोंट वांट, सम पीपल वी डोंट लाइक. द टेंटलाइजिंग अरोमा ऑफ फ्रेशली बेक्ड ब्रेड फिल द एयर. तो आसपास में जो खुशबू थी वो बड़ी मोह लेने वाली, मनमोहक थी. एंड द लास्ट वर्ड इज रिसर्जेंस, दैट इज पुनरुत्थान, a revival or awakening after a period of dormancy. Nothing is happening, things are dormant and then suddenly a revival comes. Something happens जिसके लिए हम रुके हुए थे. So revival and reawakening are the synonyms of the word resurgence. Decline, dormancy is antonym. The city experienced a resurgence in tourism. मतलब tourism ठप्प था, dormant था, inactive था. Resurgence means पहले जैसा वापस से हो गया. Not that something new came. How it used to be before inactive वाला state अब वापस से वैसा हो गया. That's why resurgence is used. After the new attractions were unveiled. तो नए attractions unveil हुए, that means सबके सामने आए, display हुए. So tourism was back. I hope you are understanding the exact context and meaning of the word resurgence. So ये आपके words हो गए. Now we will move on to the article and पहले एक बार फटाफट पढ़ लो वापस से title. Okay, start reading now, giving you the paragraph. First para. Let me know when you are done reading. Done? How much time do you need to read? It's not that long. Okay, I'm gonna take it ahead. So, for the first time in 5 months, author is starting with a mention of time period. India's retail inflation slid below the 5% mark in March to 4.85. Okay, so India's retail inflation slid below 5% mark. The inflation पहली like for the first time 5 महीने में इस point पर आया to 4.85. While it constituted only a marginal easing, author is saying now that it was very less, though it is not like a lot of ease from 5.1 recorded in Feb. This was the lowest pace of price rise recorded since May 2023. ज़्यादा डिफरेंस नहीं है, फिर भी लोएस्ट है आउट ऑफ ऑल द फिगर्स मई 2023 से लेके. The average inflation of 5% clocked in the final quarter of 23-24 is not just in line with the RBI projections, but also the slowest in 3 years. So, average inflation of 5% जो final quarter में clock हुआ means record हुआ, that is not just in line with हमारे RBI ने जो project किया था, but slowest भी है. For the full year gone by, consumer prices rise averaged 5.4%. तो consumer price rise का जो average निकला है पूरे year का, that is this much, as the RBI had forecast a 4-year low. और ये कैसा नंबर था जो कि RBI पहले ही बता दिया था, and that is the lowest one in 4 years. Core inflation excluding energy and food prices has been under 4% mark. Core inflation 4 से नीचे रहा है for 4 straight months, 4 महीनों से. Quantico Research estimates that overall fuel inflation in India hit a 4-year low. Another research बताती है 4-year low पर आ चुके हैं हम of minus 2.7 in March, which was the 7th straight month of disinflation in the segment. और segment में 7 महीने से लगातार disinflation हो रहा है. That's what we see. No doubt, the ₹2 per liter cuts in petrol and diesel prices and 100 rupee drop in cylinder prices have helped. So what are the things जिन्हें help करी है? Petrol, diesel and cylinder prices में जो money less हुआ है. Though the full impact of these pre-poll steps, now author is saying these are the steps जो कि इलेक्शन के पहले वाली है, will be seen in this month. We have been expecting ना कि इलेक्शन के पहले ये सब होता है. Amid these pleasant portents, signs, अच्छे साइंस दिख रहे हैं ये फ्यूचर के लिए कि पेट्रोल सस्ता, डीजल सस्ता, सिलेंडर सस्ता, टू क्रिटिकल प्रॉब्लम्स परसिस्ट. बट नाउ ऑथर इज इंडिकेटिंग देयर आर 2 थिंग्स जो अभी भी हैं. पहला है फूड बिल्स रिमेन प्रॉब्लमेटिकली हाई. खाना अभी भी महंगा है. इवन एज ओवरऑल इन्फ्लेशन इज राइजिंग फॉर रूरल कंज्यूमर्स ऑलरेडी हिट बाय अ वीक मॉनसून. तो मॉनसून इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग रहा नहीं अभी तक एंड ऑलरेडी हिट है रूरल कंज्यूमर्स. तो ये एक प्रॉब्लम है. अभी सेकेंड वाले में शायद आगे की प्रॉब्लम होगी. वी विल सी दैट. बट बिफोर दैट आई वांट यू टू नाउ आंसर सम क्वेश्चंस रिलेटेड टू ग्रामर. Subject and verb of this sentence. Subject and verb of this sentence. Yeah. Come on. Okay. Thank you, Reshma. At least you replied. So, यहाँ पर have helped. Okay. Help is the main verb. Have is the helping verb. Now, why have? Why not has? That is something I will check if this sentence appears in error detection sentence correction question, right? So, 2 rupee per liter cuts and drop. Okay. So we have cuts, that's used as a noun, that is my first subject, After and, I have the word drop. Again, it is a verb but used as a noun here. These two words are subjects and is combining, joining them, and that's why we have plural subject, and that's why have is used over here. Is this clear to all of you? समझ में आया? Have किसके लिए आया है? Otherwise you can always question, it can always be confusing. You may get has over here as a subject and it's a good question of error detection. Part of speech of this word. This is adjective. Since you people are not answering promptly, quickly, I'll be just going through it थोड़ा सा जल्दी. यहाँ पे past participle तो है, but it is used as an adjective for what kind of full year? The year जो कि already हो गया है. That's why gone by here is acting as an adjectival phrase. I hope you understand. Okay, give me give me the subject. Okay, just a second. इसका सब्जेक्ट बताओ. Why has? Very good. यहाँ पर core inflation है, that is the first noun of the sentence, including, excluding, with, together with, all these other things are not something that we consider a part of our subject. So whenever you have as well as, together with, including, excluding, and the words after them, we don't consider जब भी subject को ढूंढते हैं. Only the primary subject is something that will be considered for subject verb agreement. आगे का पैरा पढ़ते हैं. Next one, please start reading. Let me know when you are done reading. Okay. Inflation, as measured by CFPI, has averaged an alarming 8% through 23-24 and 8.5 in January to March quarter. So now you get to see कि कितने level पे inflation रहा है in the previous year, financial year, and January वाला जो quarter था. And while some government interventions have helped check a few items prices और government intervene करी कुछ items के prices ध्यान में रखे and hopes for a normal monsoon this year could lift some pressure points. Now while government ने जो किया and we are hoping that the monsoon will be normal, so that can help. Perhaps from July onwards, the ongoing heat waves across large parts of the country remain a threat. पर वो तो ठीक है, उनके चलते भी अभी का जो हीट वेव्स है जो चल रहा है लार्ज पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री में, दैट इज अ थ्रेट टू पेरिशेबल सप्लाईज जो कि खराब हो सकते हैं, पेरिश हो सकते हैं. Moreover, some key items are seeing deeply entrenched inflation trends. Some key items, important necessary items उनका are there जिनका प्राइस बहुत हाई हो चुका है. Double digit inflation has now been seen in the 5 months in vegetables महंगे हो गए. 10 months in pulses and a whooping 22 months in spices. Okay, 5 months में vegetables, 10 महीनों से pulses and whooping 22 months in spices में देखे तो ये सब महंगी हो चुकी हैं. Cereal, all food items. Cereal inflation picked up pace in March. March में cereals महंगे हो गए, breaking a 7-month moderating strike, while eggs, meat, fish are also seeing spikes. ये meat, non-veg भी महंगा हो रहा है. While the RBI expects inflation to cool to 4.5 this year, while RBI is expecting कि ये inflation थोड़ा कम होगा, de-inflation is expected. So it is projected at 4.9 for the first quarter. So let's see, अभी तो quarter start हुआ है, but it is projected कि 4.9 पर रहना चाहिए. A durable descent to 4% target that has now been elusive for 54 months. 54 months तक it was elusive. That means we can't even think of getting to it, reaching to it. But a durable this target अभी देखना बाकी है. It remains tricky. For urban consumers, inflation eased tantalizingly close to target in March at 4.14. Urban consumers के लिए थोड़ा पास में आया, but it rose in rural में बढ़ गया to 5.45 from 5.34 in January-February. While a prolonged phase of these high prices is already hurting consumption. Now author is saying ending now, huh? तो saying कि पहले से ही हमें प्रॉब्लम तो दे ही रहा है. The resurgence in crude oil prices to a 7th-month high of $90 a barrel, faltering hopes of interest rate cuts in the United States and European Union, the strife-fueled shipping cost spikes pose fresh worries. 2-3 चीज़ें मेंशन करी है, ऑयल प्राइस और जो फॉल्टरिंग होप्स है हमारी कि इंटरेस्ट रेट कम होगा. ओके, ये ऐसी होप्स है जो कि शेक हो रही हैं, अभी पक्की नहीं. ये सारी चीज़ें और वरीज को लेकर आ रही हैं ऑन द इन्फ्लेशन फ्रंट इन द मंथ्स टू कम. सो थोड़ी होप है, बट फिर कुछ हो जाता है विच बिकॉज ऑफ द थिंग्स दे डोंट सीम वर्किंग आउट. टेल मी द टोन ऑफ होल आर्टिकल. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, फिर हमें दूसरे क्वेश्चन भी करने, तो क्विकली बताओ पूरे आर्टिकल का क्या टोन आपको लगता है? Very good. Analytical is the first thing that we get to see. Author has analyzed the whole situation of inflation. The second tone or the parallel tone is informative. After reading this, you get so much of information about what is happening. तो ये informative और analytical है. Quickly, some questions. Pose part of speech. Pose part of speech. Okay, it's verb. इसका subject क्या है? What's the subject for this verb? Why pose? Why not poses? So you will have to see the subject if it is singular or plural. Give me all the subjects. अगर pose है, it's used for plural subject. So subjects हैं क्या? Oil prices. Okay. देखो. The sentence is a lengthy one. While a prolonged phase, okay? While a prolonged phase of high prices is already. So while का जो यहाँ पे clause था, that gets over here. Okay? वो यहाँ पे खत्म होता है. Now, the resurgence in crude oil prices. The first noun is resurgence. That's your first subject. That is in crude oil prices to a 7-month high. All other details are there. Second is hopes. Comma के बाद second noun क्या आ रहा है? Hopes and spikes. ये spikes क्या कौन सी हैं? Shipping cost है. And कैसी हैं? Strife fueled है. All these are adjectives. So resurgence, hopes and spikes. Three things they pose fresh worries. Okay? अभी hopes कैसी हैं? Falter हो रही हैं. That's why worries है. तो आपके जो main nouns है यहाँ पे, of course you have 3 nouns like a list and से connected है. That's why plural subject. But I hope you got the clarity now. Okay. One last question and then we will move to other questions. Remains का subject बता दो. Remains का subject. Descent. Descent means नीचे की ओर आना, कम होना. So descent, the noun is the subject here. Durable and is article, durable is adjective. So the word that we will check for the verb remains is going to be the word descent. That's it. That's the main noun. Okay. So clock in was one of the phrases that we got to see in the passage. It means the measurement or average inflation during a specific period of time. Clock in is also used whenever we see कि कितना हुआ है. That's the measurement of something. In other words, in simpler words. Okay. How much time you have clocked in this week? This week आपने एक काम के लिए कितना measure of time complete करा है? Let's say 10 hours. तो clock in इस तरीके से use होता है. Okay. First question for all of you. Answer करो फटाफट. Very good. The answer is C. What inference you can draw about the impact of recent government interventions? So despite interventions, food prices continue to remain high. We saw there was something good that happened, but food prices, एक चीज cereal वगैरह, we saw so many names, वो सारी चीज अभी भी महंगी है. Second and third question. Both the questions you need to answer and post your answers here. This is something highly assumptive. So read and see what do you get to understand. Answer the third one as well and try to be quick. We have 2 more questions to go. The second question is something where it's may likely means we'll have to think, keeping ourselves at in their place, and then what would we do. So we saw what all RBI is doing. Let me quickly show you. So while the RBI expects inflation to cool down, it is projected something. Okay, यहाँ पे एक RBI का mention है. We get to see in the previous para also what they were doing. Just a second, I'm showing you. So here तो कितना क्या महंगा है. RBI had forecast कि इतना होगा. RBI projections, but also the slowest in 3 years. So the projections and all, यहाँ पे intervention RBI का कैसा है, from these lines you get to see. For the second one, your answer is D. So RBI may consider lowering interest rates to stimulate economic growth. That is not given in the passage, but this is an assumption question. कि इतना सब करके जहाँ पे प्रोजेक्शंस RBI कर रहा है, what else it can do that goes in the same way B option is going. That's why answer will be B. For the third one, it's A, because we saw fuel वगैरह में later part में fuel सस्ता हो गया, सिलेंडर सस्ता हो गया, बट एक्चुअली इसका कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा बिकॉज फूड आइटम्स तो अभी भी महंगे. लेटर सेकेंड पैरा में हमने देखा. सो फॉर द थर्ड क्वेश्चन आपका जो आंसर है दैट इज ए. द ड्रॉप इन फ्यूल प्राइसेस इज एक्सपेक्टेड टू हैव अ नेग्लिजिबल इफेक्ट. ठीक है. फोर्थ एंड फिफ्थ. Okay. For fourth one, answer is B. Again, what you can infer about government's approach. So government interventions have been ineffective. कर्ब तो हुए नहीं है हाई फूड प्राइसेस, तो उन्होंने जो कोशिश करी है स्पेशली इलेक्शन के पहले कुछ हेल्प नहीं करा है. तो बी इज गोना बी द आंसर फॉर फोर्थ. द गवर्नमेंट इज रिलाइंग ऑन द मार्केट फोर्सेस. नो, गवर्नमेंट इज डूइंग समथिंग अबाउट इट. गवर्नमेंट ट्राइड इंटरवीन कराना, फ्यूल का प्राइस कम किया, सिलेंडर का कम किया, पर हुआ नहीं वो, क्योंकि हाई फूड प्राइस तो अभी भी है. Now fifth one, your answer is C. What inference can be made about the future trajectory? Core inflation may fluctuate in response to changing economic conditions. So fluctuations हम expect ही कर रहे हैं. Stability नहीं है as of now, और आगे भी जो है fluctuation होगा. Okay. So I hope now everything is clear to all of you. That was it. Try to check out our courses जो हमारी वेबसाइट पर अवेलेबल हैं, ऐप पर अवेलेबल हैं. You will get details in the description box. Make sure to join live essay practice classes. Tomorrow we will be having one. If you have purchased a course, उसमें आपकी class है descriptive की. So be there, be present, and yeah, like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye.